two cases, 20 CR 258 and 21 CR 40. Counsel under appearance, please, for the record.
Adam King, Assistant Prosecutor on behalf of the state.
Bill Armstrong, attorney for the defendant.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ward.
Good afternoon.
We are here for sentencing. The defendant was before this court some time back under guilty pleas. In case number 2258, it was complicity to escape a felony third degree. In case number 21 CR 40, it was a failure to appear felony in the fourth degree. The court has ordered a pre-sentence investigation. I have reviewed that. Is there anything further from the state as far as sentencing is concerned?
Other than the state, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Armitage, on behalf of your client.
Only briefly, I would ask the court to follow the recommendation of the state that place Amber on community control. As the court recalls from the plea agreement, part of the recommendation was treatment, and she still is at the counseling center doing well. As I indicated to the court before, when we were here to enter the plea, I didn't recognize her because she had improved physically that much, and she did a stint of Farron. How long were you in the hospital?
8 weeks total.
And date with complications resulting from drug use. She's turned that around. We'd ask the court to place her on control.
Ms. Ward, you have a chance now to say anything you would like. You don't have to speak. If you choose not to, it's entirely up to you.
I have nothing to say, Mr. Connor.
Okay. The court has considered all the statutes related to sentencing. I find that community control is appropriate in these cases and will follow the recommendation. It has sentenced you, both of these cases, to 12 months with ODRC, that is suspended conditioned upon your successful completion of 3 years in community control. Those 12-month sentences will run concurrent, so it will be one 12-month sentence if you don't successfully complete community control. If I didn't say it already, it's a period of 3 years. There are a number of specific conditions in the sentencing entry. I'm going to go over those with you. If you have any questions about any of this, please speak up and let me know. Or you can talk to Mr. Armitage, who will explain it to you. You're to obey all federal, state, local laws and ordinances in all jurisdictions, including other states. You're to conduct yourself a law-abiding manner at all times. You report to your supervising officer as directed, and be truthful with all your statements and all answers to questions asked by the parole officer or any other employee of the probation department. You shall keep your supervising officer advised of your residence, your place of employment at all times. Not to change your residence or any employment without prior permission of the parole officer or probation officer. You're not to leave the state of Ohio without written permission from the PO. You shall not enter upon the grounds of any local, city, state, or federal correctional facility or communicate or attempt to communicate in any way with any inmate or prisoner in such facility without prior written permission of your PO. You're not to purchase, possess, own, or have under your control any type of firearm, ammunition, dangerous ordnance, or any weapon of any type. You may use and have in your possession knives or tools with bladed edges in connection with your work, if approved in writing by the probation officer. You shall not purchase, possess, use, or have under control any type of controlled substance or drug. There's a list of things here. You should review that to make sure you don't end up with something that you're not supposed to have. If you have prescriptions that are prescribed to you by a doctor, you need to include those with the PO before you fill the prescription. any drug testing that's required by the probation department. You are not to purchase, possess, or have under your control any type of alcoholic beverage. You're not to be present in any places where alcoholic beverages are sold or they are consumed, even if otherwise lawful. I noticed in your background that you have done some work, some pizza restaurants. I don't know if they sell alcohol. You end up with any kind of employment that involves the sale of alcohol, you got to talk to the probation officer ahead of time to get written permission for that.
Yes, sir.
You are not to associate with any of your co-defendants or any other persons who have criminal records or members of sort of gang or other criminal group. You may not, after this date, the date of this order, marry or establish any cohabitation, common law type relationship without written permission of the DA. You shall report any convictions, arrests, citations, or other charge of violation of law or any contact with law enforcement no later than the next business day after that contact. After that, you know about those things. You shall provide your PO financial information records so that the ability to pay restitution, child support, fines, and costs can be reviewed by the probation department. I'm not going to impose any fine. I'm not going to impose any costs. I suspect that condition is not necessary. If the defendant's supervising officer or other probation department officer refers the defendant for evaluation or assessment of any type of treatment, therapy, counseling, training, or education, defendant shall submit to such any type of treatment, therapy, counseling, training, or education program is recommended by the evaluator. The assessor, defendant shall enroll in and successfully complete the recommended program. There's going to be zero fine. You will pay the costs of this proceeding. It's 400 hours of community service to be standard feature here in Highland County.
It's a standard order, yes.
Okay. Defendant shall perform 40 hours of community service at a rate of 20 hours per week for 20 consecutive weeks, unless you are employed at least 20 hours per week or you're a full-time student, or it's documented by a physician or prior disability finding to be physically unable to perform the service. You serve 0 days in the Highland County Jail. I don't think that there's any issue of restitution in this case. The only two special conditions that I'm going to impose upon you is that you are comply with the counseling center treatment plan that you're currently in, and then you shall successfully complete any sort of recommended aftercare when you leave that program. Do you have any notion of when it is that they might let you leave there?
I'm projected to complete on August 13th, and then I've printed out the application for outpatient through Solutions in Wilmington.
You have transportation.
Yes,
If I understood correctly from what I read, you plan to move in with your child's grandfather in a home here in
Yes, sir.
Hillsborough? To this board, we all hope you successfully complete this period of community control. It's going to be 3 years long. I noted that you had this sort of supervision in the past a few times through the Supreme Court. There's at least one time where you didn't make it through. They ended up revoking you. I think they put you in jail revocably for some period of time.
yes, sir.
I hope that doesn't happen again. But if it does, you need to understand what the consequences will be. I can revoke this community control if you violate any of these conditions. I can send you to prison for up to 12 months. I could put different conditions on your behavior if you violate. I could extend your period of supervision out to 5 years. Right now it's set at 3 years, but If you mess things up, I could be convinced that 5 years would be appropriate. If I were you, I wouldn't want to do me for 5 years. I'd rather do it for less. So, now, as I indicated, one of the options if you mess this thing up is to send you to prison. If I send you to prison, you would do that time. It's 12 months minus whatever jail time credit you have. When you are released from the prison, if you go, the adult parole authority, if they would choose to, can supervise your behavior out on the street for 3 years. That's called post-release control. If you violate any of those conditions, there are consequences. I need to make sure you understand those things. A violation of any post-release control rule or condition can result in a more restrictive sanction while you are under post-release control. It could result in an increased duration of supervision or control up to the maximum term and re-imprisonment, even though you have served the entire stated prison term imposed by this court. If you violate conditions of supervision while under post-release control, the parole board will return you to prison. In your case, it would be for up to 6 months. That would be 1/2 of the 12-month sentence that I would be imposing. If the violation is a new felony, then you could receive a prison term of the greater of 1 year or the time remaining on post-release control, which will be required to be served consecutively to any other prison term imposed for the new offense. Does anybody know the jail time credit?
No, Your Honor, I really don't think we need to know it right now, since she's not being sentenced to prison.
Good enough.
We won't need that.
Hopefully,
On that road.
hopefully we'll never need it. Okay, Mr. King, Mr. Stakely, is there anything else we need to do?
The only thing I would add, just to clean up the record, is that on the 20 CR 258 case, the complicity to escape charge and post-release control would be mandatory in that case, and then optional in the 21 CR 40 case, the failure to appear case.
Thank you for that correction. Mr. Armentrout, anything from your point of view?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ward, I stand corrected. I made a mistake when I told you it would be optional. If you go to prison and when they release you, it's mandatory that they supervise your behavior for 3 years. They don't have any choice. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everything else I explained to you remains the same. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, the best way you can thank me is I never see you again. Okay? Gentlemen, thank you.